So what am I talking about? I'm talking about waking up early and doing my morning ritual. So I remembered waking up early, and as I remembered it, I was like, I feel curious to if there's any research that was done about the power of waking up early. So I actually Googled it, and apparently, so I need to get the exact numbers, but I remember reading, and if you find other numbers, let me know, but this is what I remember reading from 1 or 2 different studies, is that if you wake up 1 hour early than usual, you lower your chance of experiencing clinical depression by 26%. 26%, that's gigantic, okay? Then I was even more shocked to find that when you wake up 2 hours earlier than usual, so let's say usually you wake up at 9, if you'd wake up at 7, or if you usually wake up at 10, you'd wake up at 8, you lower your chance of depression by 40%. So that is a whopping 40%. That's such a ginormous statistic. And when I saw this, I was like, I have to try this again. Hey there, gorgeous. Welcome to the Wildly Abundant Woman podcast, the place to get inspired to manifest more money the feminine way, feel worthy, love yourself, and learn how to be abundantly supported for your great work, as well as create your life from a deep state of overflow, connection, abundance, pleasure, and bliss. Join the conversations with me and my amazing guests on how to live life fully, make a massive difference, have a lot of fun, and yes, make a ton of money doing what you love. Welcome. Oh my gosh, I have some super exciting news. I have the most popular free 5-day experience of the entire year coming up that thousands of women are every year looking forward to. And because I'm only doing it once a year, I really don't want you to miss it. This is my favorite free 5-day experience that is called the Live Your Passion Challenge, and it is perfect for you if you want to manifest more abundance, start making money doing what you really love and getting clear on what that is too, while staying connected to your femininity, sensuality, and being true to yourself. You know, it will also help you reconnect to your most inspiring and authentic dreams. This is an exercise that always deeply touches hundreds of women every year and reconnects them to their deepest desires. And yes, there's going to be a paid 3 months deep dive business training happening right after for those of you that want to dive deeper. And I've designed this free 5-day experience on its own that will be perfect for you if you want to manifest an abundance of income, living your passion, and having fun. What do you think this planet is going to look like if every single person on this planet would be making plenty of money doing what they love? You know, you can start creating this world by joining thousands of other women in the Live Your Passion Challenge. This challenge is starting on September, but you can already get started by getting on the waiting list so you're not going to miss anything when it happens. To join me, go to liveyourpassionchallenge.com. All right, can't wait to see you there. Much love. Hey, gorgeous queen. Welcome to another episode of the Wildly Abundant Woman podcast. I'm your host, the queen, Leonie Gabriella herself. Anyway, just playing around, joking, having some fun. Today, I am really just free-flowing and excited to connect with you and to share with you about something that's made a really big difference for me. Something that really changed my life. Something that science shows is life-changing. And I'm really looking forward to tell you all about it. So here's what happened. So about a year ago, I think y'all know, I went on a sabbatical. And I went on a sabbatical because I was really feeling not aligned with myself. There was like an inner child peace healing that I needed to do. And ultimately, I felt depressed. I felt depressed because there were some emotions that were stuck in me that I hadn't fully felt. And I didn't really allow myself to experience. There was like a memory that I was stuck in of an unconscious decision I made when I was like 16 or something years old. So, long story short, it took me a while to come out. Ultimately, what got me out was doing a body-based coaching session with my man Clement, which I highly recommend, by the way, in case you're interested. So was doing that, but there were another couple of things that really made a difference for me to help me bounce back, to help me find joy and feel happy. And part of those things I will share with you today. So what was going on was that a couple of weeks ago, I noticed myself, honestly, since the beginning of this year, I've basically had my flow back. But a couple of weeks ago, I noticed myself experiencing like a significant amount of resistance again. Not feeling excited to wake up, feeling tired a lot, no matter how long I'd sleep. And really like some kind of like low-grade depressed type of vibes. I'm not talking clinical depression here. If I would be looking for help. But I just started to feel some blues, some low mojo feelings that reminded me of the way I felt a year ago when I went on my sabbatical. And obviously I was a little bit afraid because I really didn't want to go back. Although I loved my sabbatical, it was amazing. I'm also aware that it happened because part of me got really scared. Part of me also gets a little bit scared now because we have some really big visions inside the business. You know, Clement and I and our other beautiful team member that we have right now, that's also working for us full time. So just to make that sound shorter, my team and I, we have this gorgeous vision of what we're manifesting in the upcoming 3 years. And I'm so excited about it. I'm really looking forward. It's like €1 million in revenue. And our aim is to do that by 2024. It may even happen earlier. It might even happen next year. So we'll see what's going to happen. So that's what we're manifesting, which is really exciting. And for a part of me, it's also very, very scary. Okay? So there's a part of me that could really easily get triggered again. And so I started to feel sort of like a bit of resistance and also a bit of like not being motivated and a little bit like I don't have enough time, but I was just waking up late, etc. So I started to remember and think of what was it that helped me last year. So yes, it was doing the body-based session, which was amazing. And I'm still making use of those. I still have some of those with Clement every now and then. And I feel like adding a side note here because Clement is actually now also offering these to all the women that are in the Wildly Abundant Woman Academy, which is really, really amazing. So anyone who's in my paid programs, there's an option to add on some sessions with Clement at a really good price, which is absolutely incredible. And women are loving it. Just got a message, heard something from a woman who did it yesterday and she really enjoyed it. So it was very powerful for her. So, but anyway, the reason that I'm sharing this is because there was another thing that I remembered that was just so powerful for me. And this thing that I remembered, I decided to also Google it. And I was so shocked and surprised by how incredibly important this is when it comes to our mood and like our mindset and like regulating our mood. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about waking up early and doing my morning ritual. So I remembered waking up early, and as I remembered it, I was like, I feel curious to like if there's any research that was done about the power of waking up early. So I actually Googled it, and apparently, so I need to like get the exact numbers, but I remember reading, and if you find other numbers, let me know, but this is what I remember reading from 1 or 2 different studies, is that if you wake up 1 hour early than usual, you lower your chance of experiencing clinical depression by 26%. 26%. That's gigantic, okay? Then I was even more shocked to find that when you wake up 2 hours earlier than usual, so let's say usually you wake up at 9, if you'd wake up at 7, or if you usually wake up at 10, you'd wake up at 8, you lower your chance of depression by 40%. So that is a whopping 40%. That's such a ginormous statistic. And when I saw this, I was like, I have to try this again. So I committed myself to waking up early together with my man, and I decided to join something called the 7 a.m. Club. So the 7 a.m. Club is kind of like my version of a book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. So Robin Sharma is this amazing philanthropist, speaker, author. He wrote a bunch of super inspiring books. If you don't know him, recommend checking him out and definitely reading his book, The 5 a.m. Club. And the 5 a.m. Club talks about the power of waking up early and doing a morning ritual. And so I've decided to do that, to take that on, but to do it at 7 a.m. and to call it the 7 a.m. Pleasure Club. Because for me, I don't want my morning ritual to feel like something that I have to do, but something that feels nourishing, something that feels joyful, something where I am just really having fun, okay? So I decided to make my own version of it. And the way I decided to do it is like this. So I wake up in the morning, ideally instantly go outside. A little bit trickier now because we were staying on a nudist campsite for a little while. And on that nudist campsite, what I just love so much is that you can literally just go outside and you can be naked and you don't need to get dressed. So here I need to get up, put clothes on, and then I can go be outside. And I find that a little bit annoying. If you are a nudist like me, you'll know what I mean. And if you don't resonate, just ignore what I said right now. It's all good. So, but anyway, basically getting outside, getting in the fresh air, and then doing the following. Number 1, move my body. So sweat for approximately 20 minutes at minimum. And that means for me, either serious dancing or I'm actually following Melissa Alcantara. She has this amazing app called Playbook, and you can get it. She's on Instagram at FitGirlMel, girl with a U. I really like her. I think I found out about her because she is Kim Kardashian's personal trainer, and I'm not a huge fan of the Kardashians. I mean, I actually am inspired by their unapologeticness. I do really like that, and their incredible marketing and their incredible personal branding. So I'm inspired by that. Don't really watch their show. But anyway, side detail. That's how I found out about Melissa. So I do a workout with her often in the morning with this amazing app. I think it's like $12 a month and it's so freaking worth it. So basically I do that. Sometimes I go for a run. Depends on what I feel like, really. So that's what I do. Then and it feels so amazing. I mean, literally just waking up in the morning and being like, holy moly, like I get to sweat, and I never feel like doing it in the beginning, almost never. But once I'm in it, once I've taken the action, wow, oh my gosh, like my endorphins start flowing. If I had any stress still in my body from sleep, I get to release all of that. I get to actually build strength and build a good relationship, with my body, with my core. I get to maybe one day actually grow an ass. So it feels just really nourishing to take care of myself. So that's the first step that I take. Then the second step that I take is I meditate. So meditation for me is just life-changing. Again, I'm not always doing this perfectly, but in the times that I was most aligned, manifesting the most amounts with effortlessness and ease, I was always meditating. I remember I was going for a walk once with one of my friends, and we were walking up to a hill close to the capital city of Slovenia. And it's like kind of this famous hill, and it's a big thing for all the locals. Like you go there after work, actually, because Slovenians are insanely fit, which is really cool. So basically, you go there and do the workout and you walk up. And I was talking to my friend and I was just telling her, I said, my mind is just so fucking loud. I said, like, I feel like I'm going crazy. She's like, all right, put it on the loudspeaker. So I just put my monkey mind on the loudspeaker and I was just talking. And it's just like, Leonie, wow, this sounds really intense. Like, I'm not surprised that you're feeling a little bit like insane. She's like, are you meditating? It's like, no, I'm not meditating actually, because I fell off the wagon back then. So I was like, okay, I'll recommit because the pain of how shitty I felt from not doing it was just too bad. Okay. So basically I decided to commit myself to doing it again. And I use this app called Headspace. I've used it since probably 2012. I wish I bought lifetime access back then because it was really affordable. I didn't, and now that's no longer available. I think it's 60 euros a year. Still doable and so worth it. Like, they have so much stuff in there. They have like so many different kinds of meditations, like endless. They have stuff for falling asleep. They have stuff for conscious movement. Really, really helped me. And it's really powerful. If you're new to meditation, I highly recommend trying Headspace as well. So anyway, basically I meditate. That's like my second thing, which is amazing. Those two things are already great. But then the third step just brings it all home for me and makes me feel amazing. So the third step is that I actually journal. So journaling for me feels so beautiful. It feels so precious. It is something that I so love and so enjoy. Like literally stream of consciousness, pouring all of my thoughts onto a page and having a conversation after I've sort of like gotten rid of all the junk that's in my head and like dumped it. Often naturally there's a conversation that starts to occur for me with my higher self. I literally start conversing. It's like asking questions and I get answers. It's stream of consciousness thought type of thing, and it just really helps me think clearly, not be so in my head. For me, when I'm like waking up and I instantly start working on a computer, for example, doesn't work for me. Or when I make plans on my computer, doesn't work for me. I need to do that on paper. That being said though, there is this one app called Bloom that I really love as well. It is also journaling and it's guided. So I also use that, but on my computer, like I just get really overwhelmed. So yeah, those are the three things that I do in the morning that are amazing for me, that are life changers and honestly lifesavers. And it becomes much easier for me to do this morning ritual when I can't actually be online in the morning. So it actually helps for me to set up blocks on my phone and my computer that I literally can't access the internet until a certain time of the day, let's say 1 or 2 or 3 p.m. Actually, during my best days, I can't get online until 6, which is what I'm currently doing, and it feels amazing, let me tell you. It feels really, really good. So that's my morning ritual. When I do this morning ritual, I feel naturally inspired. I feel on top of the world. I feel like I can actually handle things. I feel like I'm not behind and I'm not in this like sort of depressed vibrational loop. Now there's obviously lots of other things that you could do here with your morning ritual. You could also read. Reading is something my man does that every morning. I don't read as much currently, but it would probably be good too. I'm just really sticking to this routine now because it really helps me. So reading is something else you could do. What else are other people doing? They're praying. If that's the kind of thing you do, you could do that. Lots of options. But let me tell you, it's just amazing what this does for your mindset. I hope I'm not overwhelming you here with options, but I often combine it even with reading something that I've created for myself that's called my Mindset Manual. And I learned this from one of my friends that I met, I don't even remember exactly when, probably like 2015 or 2016, I think in Bali. His name is Vananta. Vananta, if you're listening, I love you and I love the Mindset Manual that you recommended to me. So it's basically just like if you were to describe, to remind yourself of your greatness and who you truly are, and you would put all of that in a document, what would it say? So for me, there's pictures there of all of the people that are important to me because it helps me feel loved. There's messages there from some of my favorite clients like you. And that just really helps me stay motivated. And when I read that in the morning, it's another thing to remind me of who I really am and not like let negative thoughts kind of take me out of the game. So yeah, this is my morning ritual. I hope that listening to this helps you. I truly believe that if you want to build a successful and nourishing and joyful, abundant life and business, this is one of the things that can help tremendously, because our minds can be loud, right? Our minds can be so loud and they can actually stop us from sort of having that momentum and going towards our dreams. And it would be a shame not to go for the thing you want because you're stuck in mental loops that are blocking the ability for you to really show up unapologetically, because you are worthy. You are worth it. You are an abundant boss babe, a beautiful queen. If you're men listening to this, just, translate these words to whatever fits for you. Although honestly, I think pretty much anyone should be able to relate with the word queen on certain days, at least. So it just can really help keep that positive momentum, which is also the most important thing as you're starting out your business and as you're building your business, whether, like I said, you're just starting out or if you're moving into your next level. So for me, I'm moving into a next level now, and it's all about embodying that next level, showing up as, for me, the 7-figure, the millionaire queen. And tapping into that energy in the morning reminds me to show up as that, to become my desired manifestation, rather than constantly feeling like I just need to be busy and try to get somewhere. The morning thing for me helps me with the being part, which I think is really, really important. And so if you're listening to this podcast, I'm really excited to share with you that my trainings, the Wildly Abundant Woman, as well as the Abundant Passionpreneur, those are 2 trainings that are really about manifesting a business and a life that's totally aligned with you. And I love so much about this, and what my women constantly tell me is how much we focus there on doing it from this internal and aligned state, and using tools like a morning ritual to sort of hack your mindset, to guide yourself into alignment and start becoming the Wildly Abundant Woman, or the Abundant Passionpreneur, or the 6-figure queen, whatever it is that you're manifesting for yourself at the moment. Because mastering your mindset and not letting limiting beliefs take you out of the game is so important. So important. And I love doing that in my programs, through what I teach, through my live guidance and sessions, as well as through just being in a high vibrational community where you get supported. Because it would suck to not live and manifest your dreams because of what your internal old shitty beliefs are telling you. And this morning ritual really helps with that. So if you're curious to hear more about my offerings, please sign up for my upcoming Live Your Passion Challenge. If you haven't already, you can go to liveyourpassionchallenge.com. And it's this amazing free training that I host for an entire week that you can attend free of cost. It's amazing. It's so much fun. We're hosting it for the 6th time this year. And I have people joining that joined 6 years ago. And then after that training, you'll be able to join my Wildly Abundant Woman or Abundant Passionpreneur training. It's only open once a year, so would love to see you there. I really hope you loved this training. Please leave me a message, leave me a comment on the page. So I'd love for you to take this on and question yourself. How do you think a morning ritual could serve you? And what would you like to take on as a morning ritual? I'm looking forward to see your answers. Feel free to tag me also on Instagram at Leonie Gabriella. Make a screenshot of this episode. And I'm really curious how this morning ritual is going to help you to feel more confident and therefore more effortlessly manifest your desires. And if you feel like it, please leave me a 5-star review. That would really, really help me in my work, reach even more women. So that's all for now. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah.